Hey, what's going on guys? JoeHart here, back with a Clash Royale video. Now today, in this video, we are going over how to play Minor Poison. So, we're going to go over this variant of Minor Poison, which is my absolute favourite for challenges, tournaments and ladder. This Minor Poison with the Bandit, it's a very fun deck. It's not as quick cycling, but it's very, very punishing. Against your opponent if they have a big push and you just like place a P.E.K.K.A, minions, and then you just rush them with the Minor and the Poison, and you usually take a lot of damage. And we are also going to do this 2.9 Minor Poison, the OG one, and it's a very, very quick cycle, this one, and it's extremely great on defense, great on offense. It's just great overall, but you must be very careful because there's not many defensive capabilities against, say, a big golem push. You can cycle quick, but it doesn't really help when they have a big push behind it. And we're going to go over that replay first on how not to play Minor Poison. So we'll hop into this first replay against King K 102. I can't say his name right, and he is a Master 1 player. His highest trophies is 5,177, and as you can see, he was a 12-win player. And the thing is, I could have beat him. He goes to the whatever esport that is, I can't pronounce it, but he's using a Golem Knight, which he was a Oxalate sort of Golem deck. I'm not sure 100% if it is Oxalate's deck, but yeah. So he'll start off with a pump at the start. It's the same thing, but I'll pressure with a knight. I don't really have anything to pressure. I'm like, wow, because I don't have anything to play against this pump. So I'll always play a Minor there at the first play, because no one predicts a Minor on top of there. They always go to the side, and you usually always get damage on the tower. So I'll stop his Bandit with the Evas, and really I'm just trying to wait and see what he plays. I'll just log that, and only one shot from the Evas, not a big deal at all. So you really want to be conservative until they pump up, and you can go very aggressive. As aggressive as you possibly can anyway. So I'll Minor this pump again, and this time I decide to go on the side, and he doesn't predict that this time. He thinks I'm going on the top, and unfortunately for him, he'll only get one pump off, well, one elixir off that, and the Knight, which is still alive, which is very, very annoying. But we do manage to stop this Golem push very, very well. The minions almost take out the Inferno Tower, but we do manage to defend it, and the Golemites will only get damage on the tower. So we will place a Minor and a log almost. No, we won't log actually. So we do get quite a bit of damage on this tower right there with the Minor and the Evas. Now I'm not afraid to Minor the tower because it is a quick cycle and the pump isn't really needed. That log was very, very unlucky not to kill that Bandit. I hate when the Bandit's like at that HP and it just wrecks. Should have gotten taken out, but we won't Minor that pump because we are down in under double elixir. But I decide to poison. That's the game changing play for me. I poisoned that pump, and you didn't need to poison the pump. I was in control of this whole entire game, and yes, this poison there is very well, but he puts another golem down, and I'm like, oh crap! I've got to get a lot of chip damage on the tower, but I do manage to defend it quite well, but not very well because he's just got a big push coming down, and the golem didn't pop, which was very unfortunate. So right now I just play Minor down there. No real need to, but I already knew I lost the game. So what you don't want to do is poison that pump in double elixir because you've got a quick cycle, and them pumping up does not really affect your game if they pump up in double elixir. If their tower is about 1000 HP, because you can just chip them down and poison on defense, because they're just going to go all out on offense, because that's their only chance to win. Just one big push, continuous big push with all that surge of elixir. So they can't really do much. And right here, I'm playing Immortal HD in a mirror matchup, an exact mirror matchup actually. He has Zap instead of Log. So we both throw the good luck. Immortal's also from Rajnork Esports, I don't know what it is. And this is the clan for the MEL League, Mobile Esports League, our team's trying to qualify for. So yeah. He does P.E.K.K.A that bandit, which is quite aggressive, and those minions, just forget about those minions, because it was quite not well played. But this P.E.K.K.A, I don't know about that P.E.K.K.A on him. He should have just minded on defense and try not to take any damage, because we do have a minor half HP minor, P.E.K.K.A, and I'll decide to poison that. And I'll Ice Spirit those minions. Unfortunately, that Ewiz did get a shot off on me, but I played that Ewiz because I wanted to get more damage. It's all about that chip damage, slow pushes. Sorry. So he'll go in with a minor, I'll go bandit, and right here I'm like, oh crap, the bandit's coming down, so I'll decide to minor that bandit. And you can use your minor on defense. It's quite a strong tank, but it doesn't do a lot of damage, so prepare yourself that you must also back up the minor with minions or ice golem, because it's really just like a sponge card. It sponges all the damage before the bandit or Ewiz gets onto the tower, so it's a last resort. So the minions will just be split in the back, get a bit of damage on that right side. Now I decide to poison that Ewiz because it's good value poison. The Ewiz won't do any damage. Actually, yes it will, because I poisoned wrong. He'll only get one shot off, but he decides to minor on defense, and he'll poison. If he poisoned a bit higher up, he might have got damage. Now that zap by him was the biggest mistake on his part, because he had to place his Ewiz back again, and that minor is... yeah, that minor was actually well played. It distracted my bandit enough so he wouldn't dash onto the Ewiz. Now here, he zapped again. Bad zap. I get tons of damage. I'm very happy at this point because my Ewiz is going to town on that tower. 418 HP left on that tower. Bandit on the top. Ewiz onto the minor again. I'm not afraid if he keeps poisoning that Ewiz, because it's 4 for 4 and a bit of tower damage, but then I'll come back with a minor and a bandit and Ewiz on defense and just punish him for that poison. And then right here, I win the game with a minor poison. He drops a good game, and Log coming in just to... a bit of a BM Log, I should say. But as you can see, it's a quite controlling deck. You just want to wait for your opponent to make a mistake, then you go all out. You want to know what cards they have. If they have Zap, make sure to play your minor in the closest back tile, because all the troops that are going for the troops in the front, it'll switch target to the bandit the minor in the back, and then you can get free damage onto the tower with minions, Ewiz, bandit, because the troops attacking the tower won't go for the troops behind the tower. So it's a nifty trick to do that. It's quite a good play. You can win or lose the game. It's a game changing decision, or I don't know what I'm saying, but it's a very good thing to do. Now I'm up against Cool Beans in this one. This is the second qualifier. We had 2 hours ago, 3 hours, I don't know how long, and I'm using the same deck as before. Now this is a very, very difficult matchup, Hog Rider, Executioner, Lightning, because they have just answers for absolutely everything I play. Now I'll just decide to split minions in the back, and he Hog Riders on the front. Now I'll decide to Ice Spirit, and that'll mitigate a few hits, only 2 hits I'll allow him on the tower. And I'll Miner here, Minoring on the side because I don't know if he's got Tornado or not, but now I know he has Tornado because that Executioner. You never really have Executioner without Tornado, unless you're a madman. So I'll Pecker up in the back. Probably not a good placement on the Pecker because the Executioner does get 2 swings with his axe. I absolutely hate that interaction, how the Executioner just hits that tower. So I'll log here. Good value. He'll log 2, but he has that Knight, and that Knight just wrecks me. Now that Ice Spirit did take the tower, and we did get a lot of damage. That P.E.K.K.A. got a fadeaway swing. As soon as it was getting taken away with that Tornado, it swings and hits a tower, and I'm in quite good in a quite good position right here. Hog Rider's only going to get 1 shot. That Executioner will go down to my P.E.K.K.A. So yeah, it's looking very strong at the moment for me, but as you know, it's a hard count. Well, it's not a hard counter. It's a counter deck, this one, because I can't really do anything against his Hog Rider unless I play minions, because he has the Lightning, so he'll just Lightning my Ewas down pretty much all the time. I think right here he'll go for a Lightning just to get damage on the tower, and it's very frustrating him Lightning the tower all the time. So he'll decide to Ice Spirit and Hog Rider. I'll log to make sure he gets no damage because I only want him to be Lightning the tower. Once again, I play the Miner in the back. As you can see, the skeletons go for that Miner. So if he didn't play that Knight, that tower would have been taken out. Now he'll Tornado that, which is quite well played. That log will manage to take out that Ice Spirit. But now I'm actually quite happy he decided to Tornado that other side, because the P.E.K.K.A. will go down that side and take out... actually won't take out anything because he has Tornado and Executioner. One of the hardest matchups to go against. And P.E.K.K.A. just gets taken down. I placed the bandit on that Hog on the left lane, but I didn't want to overcommit because he had the Lightning and he'd just Lightning me out with a log. So that Ice Spirit, that Ice Spirit really hurt me there. It didn't take out the Executioner, and I dropped the wow because I'm like, what the hell? How did that Ice Spirit not hit the tower? And that bandit did quite a lot of work. So I'll just poison here because, I don't know, because I felt like it. It wasn't a good poison. Don't poison like that ever in a game, trust me. That's how you lose matches. And I'll Miner trying to get that Executioner's attention, but it only gets the Ice Spirits. So I'll log here. That'll take out those skeletons. Quite worth it. Any chip damage you can get, even if it's a bit of a negative elixir trade. Now he'll log there, which was a very poor decision on his part. Because I can mitigate all the damage, and I'll log there, but I should have mined in the back corner because that Knight did tank for the bandit. Now he's got a very strong push here, but Ice Spirit and P.E.K.K.A. does take out that completely. Ewiz and an Ice Spirit does take out a Hog Rider too, but he has Lightning, and I'm afraid to play my Ewiz on defense because he'll just Lightning that, and his Hog Rider will go to town on the tower. And yeah, so I'll Ewiz up high this time and Ice Spirit, but well played with that log. That'll stop my Ewiz from defending it completely, which is quite annoying. Now he'll play a lot of just spammy troops there. I think he's just trying to cycle to his Hog Rider just over and over again. I'll Miner onto the Executioner, just trying to take some damage off it so I can possibly poison it or something. But it's just very hard. It's going to take down to the final 6 minutes of the game. Now I will log. I don't want any more damage on the tower from the Hog Rider, or else I will 100% lose from his just lightning cycle. He's just trying to lightning the tower down. Now I'm just trying to poison now because what's the point? What's the point now? I just got to get lots and lots of damage. I think there's 7 people watching this game. So I'll Ice Spirit and Log, and he decides to lightning there. It wasn't looking good right here. I thought, oh no, I've lost this game, but we do manage to get an Ice Spirit connection there. So yeah, I'll poison there because I need damage. He drops the BM too early for him. He'll lightning and Log. I'll place the bandit and the Log. The bandit gets a dash and a swing on the tower. Now I'll give him a bit of a cry face because he early BM'd, and you don't really want to do that against a bandit because you can just like place a bandit in the middle, and that Ice Spirit jumped onto the bandit in the wrong second because the bandit was swinging and it hit the tower and it took it for me, and I won that battle against Cool Beans. Now Cool Beans is from BM Masters or B Masters. Now he's not in his clan at the moment. He's a 20 win player too, so I'm actually doing quite well against 20 win players at the moment. I'm definitely not a crap player. I should have probably got a bit more than just 12 wins in the challenge, but it is what it is. So now I'll go into my replays on the other account because I've already lost the replays from my other Mana Poison, but it's very, very worth it for me to go over and talk about how Mana Poison can be effective against like 3 Musketeers, because you do see that a lot. So yeah, I'll go into that video in just a sec. Alright, so this is a battle against Dylan. Now Dylan is a CCGS champion, well not a CCGS champion. He made it into the top 10 on SIA, South East Asia. So he's using a P.E.K.K.A, 3 Musketeers, like bridge spam sort of deck. Now, and I'm using a 2.9 mana. And yeah, so that mana right there was to make sure the Ewiz got damage onto the tower. Now I'm BMing him because he's a top player, and that was my strategy, to BM the crap out of him. So yeah, just BM the crap out of him so he would, like, I'd get into his head. So he'll P.E.K.K.A there. That knight wasn't very well needed. So I'll just poison there because I need damage onto that pump, and quite frankly, I'm going to lose if I don't poison that pump. So right here, I'll decide to Inferno Tower because he's got a bandit coming up. And he'll try and 3 Musketeers at the bridge, but it does not hit the Inferno Tower, and I missed the log. That was a terrible miss by the log. I wasted 1 elixir on those skeletons, but we're actually doing quite alright. We're on the same elixir. He's got no damage onto the tower, and I've got heaps of chip onto that left-hand tower, taking it down just under 1900 HP. So he's 1 elixir up on me. It's not a big deal. He'll decide to pump up in the middle once again. Now I'll miner that pump, but unfortunately he does catch the miner. So yeah, I should have placed on the top as I always usually do, but in that case I didn't. So he'll decide to bandit in the back, and I'll just log the pump because I've got nothing else. I'm not going to poison because he's got 3 muskets, and it's more value to poison the 3 musketeers. But instead I'm going to poison the Ewiz because he gave me a 4/4 trade plus some tower damage. Now he'll 3 musketeers in the middle of the base, of his side I should say, and it's not a big deal. I can just knight and skeletons, and then I've got to focus on the other side. I'll defensive miner. I'm not afraid to defensive miner, as I have said. And I've already cycled back to another log. I just keep logging down those 3 musketeers. Now that Dark Prince and minion does get some tower damage, but I'm not too worried. I'm definitely not worried. Now I'll poison that Ewiz once again. And yeah, I'm just not afraid of poisoning that because it's a 4/4 trade again, and you're getting tower damage. All you want to do is chip, chip, chip. It's all about chip. You don't want anything else. So our skeleton's that right side, and this side on the other, the left side is doing quite a lot of damage. That bandit does dash on the tower, which was very, very unlucky. So our knight there. So I'll try and miner the tower on the front tile because it's the less predictable one. You just want to switch up the miner placement so the opponent's always left wondering. Now I'll log here, more chip damage. All about that chip life. Now I'll mine it on the front tile again because that P.E.K.K.A.'s coming down. You want to get the most amount of chip with that miner as possible. Now that bandit was pretty useless. Now he's 3 musketeering there, so I'll just play my poison and a log, and that'll completely destroy that. Now those minions were very annoying because it did tank for that Inferno Tower, but I do manage to get that P.E.K.K.A. taken out with skeletons and that. And yeah, I'll just poison that side and we take the win against Dylan. Probably not the best commentary on there, but it's okay for now. Alright, so we're into the second battle against Dylan. Now he's using a Hog Rider, Inferno Dragon, Mega Knight deck, and I'm using my beloved mana Bandit Poison P.E.K.K.A. control deck. Now he's got a Mega Knight on top of all of that, and that was hard. That was hard to defend, so I just defend with the Miner because the Miner's a very good defensive card if you've got nothing else, and only use it in emergencies because you don't really want to be minering on defense because you want to use that as chip damage. So yeah, I'm using a bit of a different variant from my normal one. I'm using goblins and bats instead because there's more zap baitable things, and I did predict this deck again because I did see I was sniping him on Stats Royale and checking out what decks he uses, and this was one of his deck, and I thought he's definitely going to run this, so I run bats and goblins to take out the Hog Rider and the Mega Knight, because bats are just a good, goblins are a good zap baitable card because most people just zap it and think, yeah, whatever, they're not going to do any tower damage. But then you got the bats and you can take out the tower with like miner and bats, and they're just stuffed. So yeah, old E was in the back here, and he'll Hog Rider left lane. Yep, no he doesn't. I'm really bad at predicting what he's going to play, even though I've played this game. So I'll P.E.K.K.A. onto that Mega Knight. That'll take it out very easily. And he's got that Inferno Dragon. Very annoying. Yeah, Inferno Dragon's just one of those cards which is very, very difficult to deal with when you got P.E.K.K.A. And you don't really have any other defensive cards, say, against Hog Rider besides your EOS. Now I wanted to log those goblins to get some tower damage too. And he always asks golems there on that tower to try and predict if I play a miner, so it'll tank a few hits and then it'll tank whatever else I play to try and sneak in when the tower's distracting onto the miner. And luckily, no, I think it did get some damage on the tower, that Hog Rider. And he'll defend the miner with an Inferno Tower. Very interesting. Now he'll zap there, and I figured that he had nothing to defend my defend my bandit and goblin. So I'll just goblin and bandit that opposite lane, and that turned out really well. Now you always want to keep track of your opponent's counters to the deck, which was Inferno Dragon, bats, and now I do apologize if this video was not very descriptive in Mana Poison, but I just wanted to share those epic replays of my Mana Poison decks because I do think it's very necessary to show you guys how to play the deck by just watching, and somewhat my commentary helps, but I don't know, it didn't really help, I wouldn't think. So if you guys do want to see a more in-depth description on Mana Poison, like getting down to the nitty-gritty and like how to counter certain decks, please leave a like and comment that you do want to see more, because this was really just to talk over replays and sort of that, but I can definitely go into more detail on how to exactly play Mana Poison like a pro, like B-Rad, like Sir Tags, all those sort of guys that absolutely beast GCs and CCGS with Mana Poison. So yeah, if you guys do want to see that, please leave a like and tell me down in the comments that you do, and subscribe for more Clash Royale content. And anyway guys, I guess I'll see you in our next video. Hopefully the update will drop, so I'll hopefully have a 2v2 video on touchdown, which will be pretty awesome, I do think. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.